The family living across from me died in a house fire 11 years ago. Everyone in town knows that. Police reports, news articles, funeral records, all real. So when I moved into my new rental house last month and saw lights turning on in their old windows, I assumed someone had bought the place. Reasonable explanation. Until my landlord told me something that made my blood go cold. No one has had keys to that house in over a decade. And yet, every night at exactly 8:14 p.m., the family comes home. My name is Evan Brooks. I'm 29 years old, freelance video editor, recently broke up with my girlfriend, needed a cheap place to live fast. That's how I ended up renting a small 2-story house in a quiet neighborhood outside Indianapolis. The price was suspiciously low, but after a breakup and a rent increase in the same month, suspiciously low starts sounding romantic. The neighborhood itself was weirdly normal, almost aggressively normal. Clean sidewalks, perfect lawns, kids biking in the afternoon, old people walking dogs. Nothing unusual, except for the house directly across from me. It stood out immediately, not because it was abandoned, because it looked paused, frozen, like time had quit halfway through. White 2-story colonial, burn marks still visible around upper windows, one side of roof partially blackened, mailbox tilted, dead flower beds, and no car in driveway. Nobody ever entered, nobody ever exited, at least during the day. My first night there, I was unpacking kitchen boxes when I noticed movement outside, a car pulling into the driveway across the street. I checked the microwave clock, 8:14 p.m. A black SUV parked, engine off, driver door opened. A man stepped out, mid-40s, business clothes, briefcase, completely normal. Then passenger side opened, woman, blonde, carrying grocery bags. Then rear doors, 2 kids, boy and girl, school backpacks, laughing, talking, walking toward front door. Normal family behavior. So naturally I thought, oh, cool, house isn't abandoned, mystery solved. Except, as the father reached the front porch, he paused, turned, and stared directly at my house. Not casually, not noticing neighbor casually, just full stillness, looking straight at me through my kitchen window. Too far away to see facial details, but something about the way he froze bothered me. Then his wife touched his arm. He turned back. They all entered house. Lights came on one room at a time. Living room, kitchen, upstairs hallway, kids' bedroom, like a daily routine. I shrugged it off, went back to unpacking, problem solved. Until next morning. The driveway was empty. No car, no footprints in snow, no tire tracks, nothing. That was odd, but not terrifying yet. That came later. 3 days later, I met my next-door neighbor, an older woman named Linda, 70s, very friendly, brought cookies, classic suburban NPC energy. While talking, I casually mentioned the family across the street. Her expression changed instantly. Not confusion, fear, real fear. What family? The people across from me. She went pale, then quietly said, "You shouldn't watch that house after dark." Not ideal sentence. I laughed awkwardly. What do you mean? Linda glanced toward her windows like she didn't want the house hearing us. Then she told me the story. 11 years ago, the Carter family died in a fire. Father, mother, 2 children, all inside. Cause officially ruled electrical, but local rumors said otherwise. According to neighbors, the father had become increasingly paranoid in the months before the fire, claimed someone was entering the house at night, moving objects, standing in kids' rooms, watching them sleep. Police found no evidence. Then one night, house burned, family inside, no survivors, case closed. House never resold, never repaired, never entered again. I stared at her, then laughed, because what else do you do when someone gives you premium haunted Zillow lore? But Linda didn't laugh. Instead, she leaned closer and whispered, "If you see them tonight, don't wave back." That was specific enough to ruin my entire evening. At exactly 8:14 p.m., I was waiting by my living room window, because obviously, the black SUV arrived exactly on time. Same family, same sequence. Father, mother, children, walking to door, like replayed footage. Every movement identical. That's when I noticed something new. The little girl was holding a stuffed rabbit and dragging it by one ear. Cute detail, except as she reached porch stairs, she stopped, turned her head slowly, and looked directly at me. Then raised one arm and waved. My entire body locked up. Linda's warning echoed instantly, "Don't wave back." So I didn't. The little girl kept waving, slowly, mechanically, not playful, just repetitive motion, up, down, up, down. Then her father grabbed her shoulder sharply, too sharply, not affectionate, restraining. She stopped. Family entered house, door closed, lights on, routine continued. But now I was deeply uncomfortable. Around 11 p.m., curiosity defeated common sense. I grabbed a flashlight, coat, a natural hue.
Interior was dead black. My flashlight beam scanned inside. Dust, burn damage, collapsed furniture, ruined walls, no electricity, no recent footprints, nothing, just abandoned decay. Then my light landed on family photographs hanging crookedly along hallway wall. The Carters, same family, same faces, but older photo quality, dated, real, and definitely dead. My stomach tightened. Then floorboards creaked upstairs. One sound, single step, not settling wood, weight, someone walking. I froze. Another step, slow, measured, directly above me. Then a child laughed, softly. Nope, absolutely not. I backed toward door and accidentally knocked over a metal umbrella stand. Crash echoed through house. Silence upstairs. Then running, small footsteps, fast, racing across second floor, toward staircase, toward me. I bolted outside, nearly slipped on porch, made it halfway across lawn before hearing front door slam behind me, hard. I turned, nobody visible, but upstairs bedroom curtain moved, just slightly, something watching from inside. I returned home, locked everything, didn't sleep. At 2:03 a.m., motion alert from my doorbell camera woke me. Someone was outside. I checked live feed. Nothing at front porch, but camera had detected motion anyway. Weird. Then I reviewed footage and nearly threw my phone. At 2:02 a.m., the little girl from across the street had been standing inches from my front door, completely still, facing camera, stuffed rabbit in hand, just standing there for 12 full minutes, not moving. Then at 2:14 a.m., she leaned close to the camera and whispered something. No audio on recording, just lips moving. Then she walked away toward her house. Nope. Morning came. I immediately checked porch. No footprints. Fresh snow, untouched. Except for one thing. My doormat had something placed on top of it. A stuffed rabbit. Dirty, burned slightly on one side, one ear torn. Same rabbit. Attached was a small folded note written in childish handwriting. It said, "He comes inside after midnight." That was enough for me. Lease broken, bags packed, done. I called landlord, told him I was leaving. He sounded unsurprised, actually annoyed, like this happened often. That should concern literally everyone. I left before sunset, didn't look back, checked into motel 20 miles away, finally safe. Or so I thought. At 8:14 p.m., while eating motel vending machine chips like a traumatized raccoon, I got a motion alert from my old house doorbell camera. I opened app. Live feed showed my empty porch. Then the camera slowly adjusted exposure, and I saw them. The entire Carter family standing at my front door, across from camera, facing lens, motionless, as if they had followed me home. The father smiled, raised one hand, and knocked on my front door from 20 miles away. A natural human.